Okay, hi guys, it's me, it's Casey. I'm back in the kitchen, and today I had a request, and the request wasn't for anything in particular. The request was to show my sweet Mom Betty, who I love and miss, how to use the pressure cooker. So right now, that's my pressure cooker, and I'm going to show you all, for Mom Betty at her request, how to use the pressure cooker. Now the reason I got it already going is because a pressure cooker is a few things you need to know about it. It's just a pot. That's all it is. It's only a pot. You can cook in it just like I'm cooking in it right now. We can take a regular top and put on there. You can cook anything up there that you want to cook. Absolutely fine. If you want to boil spaghetti, if you want to do whatever, it's just a pot. The technology comes in, if you want to call it technology, when you start using the top. And you have to be careful what you do when you use the top. And I'm serious, because people see pressure cookers all the time, and you hear people talking about how pressure cookers blow up and explode and that kind of thing. It's true. It's true, that does happen. That's why you need to know exactly what you're doing, and I'm here to show you today. Okay, now, here is my top. This is my top to my pressure cooker. Hope you can see it. This is actually a Faberware pressure cooker. You can buy them at Walmart. It's very inexpensive. $19.99 maybe. This one may be gone up to $22 possibly, but at either rate is under $25 at Walmart. Okay, and what I'm gonna be cooking in here is I'm going to be cooking pinto beans. Now normally if you cook pinto beans in a regular pot, it's going to be at least an hour, usually longer, but these are going to get done in no time. I mean 10 minutes probably at the most. And what I got to season them with is, I'm not using any pork. I got smoked turkey, and we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, but I want to show you guys my top. Okay, here is where your steam comes out at, because once you get your stuff in there, you see that steam there, it's going to build up in here. That's going to be your pressure that's going to condense everything, get it to cook. Okay, if you don't have the little small top up here, it's going to come out here, and when you don't have that little small top up there, that's when things start happening dangerous. That's when things explode. Now I hope you can see, but right there, I'm going to show you from the inside. Right here is a lock, and it pops up. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. There it is. It pops up. So you can knock it down, or it'll pop up. But when the steam, when the top is on the pot, and the steam is coming up, and you have your small top here, I'm getting ready to get to that. The steam from the inside of the pot, the pressure pushes this lock up, so you won't be able to open the pot and blow yourself up, because it's not going to allow you to do it until that lock drops down. Okay, so you just keep in mind that the lock needs to drop down. And it's one of these, some pressure cookers are different, but they all basically got the same, the same mentality. The lock on another brand might look different. Okay, the small top. Now this is the small top to this Faberware. Okay, and I got a couple of them. Well, I got about 4 pressure cookers. This is the small top to the Faberware. Okay, and it actually, one thing I like about it is it got that little screw there. So when you put it on, you screw it, it's going to screw on. It's going to screw right on up there. Okay, it's not going to come off, anything like that. And if you want to let steam up, if you want to kind of like, let the steam up off the pot when it start cooling off real good, and I'm going to show you. You just lift it up a little bit, and until you can lift this up and take this completely off, don't open your pot. So that's going to be your way of checking. If you're going to lift this up, and if you hear steam, then you walk away, leave it off. Okay. If you see that lock is still up, you leave it alone. But it's not going to let you open the pot anyway, as long as the lock is up. So, guys, okay, here we go. I'm gonna cook pinto beans. What I have inside here is smoked turkey wing. Okay. So I got my smoked turkey in there that I did cook in the pressure cooker. It didn't take no time, probably about 15 minutes it was done. Okay. And I'm gonna take my beans, which I got over here because I've already did my soak on them. I put them in this morning, put them in this pot this morning, and I let them boil. And you let them boil for about 15 minutes, and then you cut them off. I let mine boil usually for like 30, and then I cut them off and just let it sit there. So I poured my water off, and I got everything straight. So what I'm gonna do is, I got my turkey, smoked turkey in there. I got about maybe a little more than a quarter pot of the juice from the smoked turkey. That's going to be my seasoning, my flavoring for my beans. And I got a little bit of because I poured my water off of my beans, and I don't pour it. I pour about maybe down to about a quarter. Because if you pour all the water off, you're pouring off some of your flavor. So, and I got my beans here in this pot. It's a 1 pound bag. And I'm just going to go on and pour them right in the pressure cooker, guys. Right on top of my smoked turkey and all the juice, the stock that's made from the smoked turkey. Okay? And that's looking good. I got some more of my turkey stock over here because I'm making cabbages as well. So I'm satisfied with what's in here, but just instinct. I cook by instinct. I want to put a little more, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so I got a little bit more. I'm going to pour that right on in there. Let you guys see. Pour that right on in there. Give it a quick stir. Okay. And my water is slightly higher than the beans. Not a whole lot higher. See if I can get this down here so you guys can see. Okay. There you are. So there's my beans. I'm going to say I got about, the water is about this much water. About that much water over the beans in the pot. Because we're pressure cooking. So it's not like you're going to be cooking all day and you got to go back. Because sometimes when you cook beans, you cook them regular, you might have to go back and pour water in there and that kind of thing. We don't do that when you're doing pressure cooking. Okay, now, what I want you guys to see is I'm going to look at the clock. The clock, my clock says 4:31. And we're going to see how long it takes for to get these beans cooked. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and throw my seasoning in there. Seasoned salt. I don't use much in the beans. You don't need much. But I'm going to put my little seasoning salt. And I'm going to do my black pepper. Some people put garlic, some people put onions, some people put all other things in there. I'm not going through all that. I just want a regular pot of pinto beans. Okay? So I got my seasoning in there. That's all I need. This is where it come in at, where our little learning come in at. I'm going to take my top and I'm going to put it up here on the pot. It's got grooves. The top got grooves. You see, the top got those grooves. They're going to fit alongside these grooves that's on the pot. Okay? So I'm going to put that up there and I'm going to snap it. Okay, so snap. Now I'm going to immediately put this top up here. I'm not going to walk away and go do something else and leave that like that. No, that you don't do. We're going to put that up there. We're going to screw it in. And we're going to let that start cooking on its own. And I wish that I could get you to see this guy, but my top is popping up a little bit at a time from the steam. But my lock is. My lock is popping up, and now it's sitting straight up. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can position this in a way that you might can see it. Okay, that's it there. That's my lock, okay? And it's popping up and down from this thing, but what's going to happen is it's going to pop up, and it's going to stay up, okay? Like it's doing now, but I can tap it again. The steam is still not where it should be. I can tap it again, it's going to go back down. But it's going to pop up on its own, like it's doing now. It's going to pop up as that steam builds up. It's going to pop up, because if you catch this at the right minute now, you still can open it. You don't want to do that. But when that pops up, when that lock pops up, and you're going to be able to see it sitting up there, then you good. You got to have this top up there, and you're good. And we're just going to time it. Like I said, my clock was 4:31. Now it says 4:33. I'm going to go on and let these cook for a few. I'm going to give I'm going to say 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, they should be well done in 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, guys. So what I'll do is I'm going to be back at I'm going to come back at 4:46 and see what we got. Okay. All right. See you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back, people. I want you all to see that I actually got my pot started. Everything is ready. And I got it cooking on high. So I don't cook my pressure cooker on high. I put it on high until it starts doing this. And then once it starts doing this, I turn it down to about medium. Just fine, because I don't want it to cook too fast. Certain things, if you cook them too fast, you know, like meats and stuff, it might be a little bit tough. Usually not though, because of the pressure. So I turn that down. And if you look at the top, I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you can see it, I hope you can. You look at the top, you'll see that it's going around, it's just going like a washer right now. Like an agitator in a washing machine right now, but it's going to start doing it now. It's going to start going completely around, it's going to start shaking, and you see all this thing, that's going to be there for a few, so don't let that scare you off, don't be afraid of it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go on and I'm going to let you guys see how we got it going. And I want you guys to see right there. I hope you can see. Turn it around. I'm trying to angle this so you can see. Hope you can see that little lock there. That little lock there. Okay? It's locked. I couldn't open it if I tried right now. See? Nothing you can do. You're not going to blow up. Because I can't even open it. That lock is not going to allow it. Okay? So you can feel safe and you can feel confident, okay? And if you got any issues, just go to Walmart and buy the Fabri-Ware pressure cooker, just like the one that I have, and you'll be absolutely fine. Take this video, go along with it with whatever it is that you want, and you'll be absolutely fine. So guys, I'm going to go ahead on and let this finish cooking. I got about another 9 minutes to go. So, and these are little small pinto beans, so 9 minutes is plenty of time in the pressure cooker. Because I should have counted it. I'm going to add on, let's do this. I'm going to add on an additional 5 minutes because I had to take the time out to get the pot to start boiling and the steam to come up. And that took about 5. So, we're going to say 12 to 15 minutes from when the pot starts, okay? Starts doing that. Okay, so that's going to give me about 9 minutes. So I'll see you back then. Okay, everybody, I'm back. It's 4:46. That was my original time I said I was going to check. So I added on an additional 5 minutes a minute ago when I came back to talk to you guys, because I wanted to be 12 to 15 minutes from when the steam started rising up on the pot. So, but it's 4:46 now, and I want you to see how good the pot is cooking. It's not being, it's not terrible. It's nothing to be afraid of, okay? And I'm going to give it to my clock says 4:51. I'm going to say 4:51. That'll be the additional 5 minutes. And then I'm going to turn it off. But what I want you guys to know is I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to let it sit, because the whole time that it's off and you're waiting for the steam to go down, it's still cooking. Okay? Everything inside the pot is still cooking. It's still doing its thing. Okay? So also wanted to show you kind of quickly. I only got a flashlight because it's kind of dark, but I want you guys to see that lock. Do you see that little lock here? I want you to see that little lock. There it is. How it's sitting up in the air. When it gets red, when I turn it off and the steam goes down, that lock is going to drop back down. It's going to unlock the pot, and then you're going to be able to, lift this. And if you can lift that without the steam, hearing the steam, then you're good to take the top off. And we'll see that in a little bit, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this continue to cook. I just want you all to see what you're going to be dealing with. I want you to listen for a minute. I'm going to let you listen for a minute, hear it. Nothing to be afraid of, because your pot is locked, so it's not going to explode, okay? And any release that it needs is getting it from there, okay? So we're going to give you a few seconds to see what you're dealing with. And see that turning? And I love cooking in the pressure cooker. I mean, things that take you for hours that you cook in the, anything roast beef, 15, 20 minutes at the most. I mean, pig feet, people love pig feet. If you cook pig feet hours, I mean, you might cook those 2 or 3 hours, 20, 30 minutes in the pressure cooker. Once you learn how to use a pressure cooker, you will never stop using it. The only thing that the only issue that I have about the pressure cooker, guys, is that when you start cooking things fast that you couldn't cook fast before, it makes you eat those things and makes you eat those things more often, and it puts pounds on you. So be real careful if you don't want them extra pounds, okay? All right, guys, I can see you in a little bit. Okay, guys, my clock says 4:51. So the pressure cooker is, it's doing its thing. I'm going to turn it off. I'm about to turn it off, okay? And it's going to do that for a few more minutes. It's going to do that for a few minutes, because it's still hot. That pressure's still in there. It don't just go down when you turn it off. That pressure's in there, and it's still cooking those beans, okay? So that's what you're going to see for the first few minutes. I'm trying to give it a minute for it to kind of like let down. And I want to leave it where it is because I don't want to move it to another eye. You can move it to another eye and it'll slow down quicker. But I actually want to do that extra little cooking that it's going to do in it. And even if you move it, it's still going to do the extra cooking. It's just going to stop earlier. Okay. But as you can already tell, it's already slowing down some. If you can hear it. Yeah. Can you hear it? It's slowing down some. And eventually that's going to slow on down. And it's going to completely stop. And then your block is still going to be popped up, and this is going to stop turning around, and you're going to just let it sit there. And what you're going to do from there, guys, is you're going to watch that lock, and when that lock drops down, you're going to take this and just move it a little bit around for to see if you hear anything. I don't want to do it right now. And when you hear no steam and that lock is down, those are your two factors. The lockdown, and you can lift this top and hear no, or move the top to the side and hear no steam. That's when it's okay to open your pot. And before you open it, take this completely off if you can. Okay? So I'm gonna let that slow down, guys. This is gonna do this for probably about another 5 minutes. So I'm not gonna make y'all stay here, but I just want you all to see how it cools itself down, That means your steam is getting less on the inside of your pot. And it's going to be a few minutes. It's going to be about 5 minutes for that to stop cooking. Maybe even additional 5 minutes for it completely, the steam to completely drop inside the pot, so the lock will drop. So I'm not going to hold you guys. I'll be back when it's ready. All right, smoothies. Okay, look guys, check this out. It's not completely there yet, but I want to show you one or two things because we are teaching how to use this pressure cooker, and I want to give you all the safeguards, okay? My lock is still up, okay? The pot is kind of quiet, but the lock is still up, okay? There it is. So as long as that lock is sitting up like that, we ain't gonna do nothing. And it won't even go nowhere, see? It won't go down, okay? And you see that it's not moving or anything. But watch when I do this. When you get that, then you're not ready to open that pot. That lock is still popped up and you're getting that sting, okay? Don't try to open that pot, okay? And don't be afraid. It's as simple. All these safeguards are put in place for your own protection, and they work if you do them right. So that's what I want to show you guys, because I'm trying to show you this stuff step by step. My lock is still up, and even though we're not moving on those things coming out, we still got things going on here because we still hear sting. So I'll be back later when it calms down, and it's been probably about 6 minutes. So when it calms down, I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, I think that we're ready. My lock has dropped down. Let's see. My lock is dropped. You don't see anything sticking up. It's dropped. And check this out. No steam, and it came right off. Okay? No steam. When you can do that there, then you're ready. Okay, so we are ready. And I'm going to turn that way, and I'm going to sit my top right here, guys, and stir. And my beans are good. They're good. I don't know how to show you that they're good. They're good, but now I guess I could do this. They're good. Smash right up. Perfect. Smash right up. They're perfect. Okay. Now what I'm going to do from here is beans. We all know some people love them, some people hate them. I don't even think there's an in-between for that. You either love them or you hate them, one of the two. But at either rate, beans build up gas, guys, badly. Something that we don't like to talk about, but we're going to. So I got them pretty well done in the pressure cooker. And what I do to kind of bring down the gas is 1 green pepper. Well, this is like a half a green pepper. I take a green pepper and I break it up and I drop it down in the pot. Because that takes some of the gas off. You don't have that issue, okay? I do that with beans. I do that with cabbages. Well, basically anything you can cook like this that creates, gas. And I'm going to take myself, this is my preference. I don't know about you guys, but this is my preference. I like to put butter. Well, plant margarine is what it is. Plant butter. I like to put it in there in my pot. And what I'm going to do is, I could just let it cook the way it is, but I want to get this done and over with, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the pressure cooker. Now, guys, all the stuff that I told you earlier about the pot, about the top. Let me see. Everything I told you earlier about the top. And waiting for the lock, if you can see the lock. Waiting for the lock to pop up. Well, to pop down, and waiting to be able to take this top off without the sting. That's when it's safe to open the pot. All true. But there's a rubber seal there. Okay? Okay? That keeps your pressure in. You can actually cool it off faster. But when you do this, you're messing up your rubber. You're putting issues with your rubber seal. But you could have taken the pot when at any point really, and put it in the sink and ran a slow stream of cold water over your top, and it would have cooled it much quicker, and would allow to lock to drop faster. It would allow this to be able to be taken off quicker. I don't do that often because it messes up your rubber seal so bad when you do that. And then you got to go looking for rubber seals. You got to go try to find, order rubber seal. Okay? And sometimes they can be hard to get. So, and sometimes they can be expensive. Okay? So that's why I don't do it. I just let it cool off like it was intended. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I got my green peppers in there. I got my little bit of butter in there. And I'm going to probably, let me get a little taste of the juice, because I need to know whether or not at this point I need to put more seasoning in there. Usually I do. Okay, so I got a little bit of juice. Actually, I say it's perfect. I don't think I need anything. Perfect. So guys, I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna put the top back up there, and I'm just gonna let it cook. I'm gonna let it get to the steam and let it go for 5 minutes. And that's all I need. If I need anything more, then I'm just gonna cook it regular from there. So this was all done at the request of my baddie. I love her. I miss her. And this was done for her, so I'm going to give her a shout out. Shout out to Mom Betty. Smooches to you. This is for you. Go and get that pressure cooker, my Betty. And y'all go ahead and get y'all whatever y'all want cooked in there quickly. If you got any questions, holler at me. Right now, I'm going to let this go ahead and roll, y'all. And I'll be back, guys, in a little bit for to sum this up. Now, if you want to go on and do the right thing for me, go on now and push that like button, push that subscribe button. Leave me a comment in the comment section. If you got a request and you want something, leave it in a comment in the comment section. And I'll let you know when. I'll contact you back and let you know when I can do whatever it is you're asking me to do, because I enjoy and love this. So the more requests I get, the more inspired I get to prepare these meals, make these videos, and teach you guys what I've learned all these years. Again, like I said, shout out my Betty. Love you, miss you, smooches, and I'll see you next. Okay, guys, we about to wrap this up. These pinto beans in the pressure cooker. And my top is good. Everything is good. I pulled that right off, y'all saw. And it's still doing a little bit of cooking. It's still bubbling up and still doing a little bit of cooking, which is not a bad thing. Let's see. You can see down in there, and probably not. Ah, there you go. They're still doing a little bit of cooking on its own. But they're ready. And they're going to be good because they look wonderful. And I got this little bowl here, guys. And I'm just going to take a spoonful and put them there. And I like to put the juice with them. They look wonderful. I know they're going to taste wonderful. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I hate pinto beans, but I cook them so well. But I really hate them. I will drink the juice all day, but I hate the beans. But look at that. I want you all to see how I could smash them right up. And really, honestly, this cooked in probably less than 20 minutes. I just took my time because I'm recording for you guys. Look at that. How they came out. They just perfect. You could take that whole bean right there, this whole set of beans right here, and just do that, and they smashed up perfectly in less than 20 minutes. So Here you are, guys, and that's my turkey, and it's full of that. It's going to be a great meal. I enjoyed doing this for you, my Betty. Shout out to my Betty. Miss you, love you. And I want you to go on and get your pot, get it done. Call me and let me know how you do. If you're gonna do absolutely fine. Love you guys. Now, please like, please subscribe, and leave me a comment down in the comment section. If you got a request, I'll take requests. Let me know what it is that you need. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Love you. And this is Casey. I'm signing off on you guys. Smooches. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Pinto beans in the pressure cooker. Smooches. Love you guys.